Cheers and welcome to Bitter Reality Brewing. Yes, it's empty, but Drew's here.
Yep.
Why is Drew here?
Free beer time.
Free beer. We've got the Pinter, this time with a second taster. And I will say I've had a taste. He has not had any. He loves sours. So he is a much better person to review a sour than I am. And this is the Razz Session, a 4.5 ABV sour. I did not squeeze the packet on this one. And it's supposed to condition for like 8 days, and I think it's like at 6. So it's not quite there, but
Okay.
it's fine. It's all good. The one thing that kind of blew me away, and I didn't think about it until after I squeezed everything in, fermented it, and I went to pull this thing off, which is during the fermentation, when the fermentation's done, is I was like, wait a minute, this might have fake raspberry flavoring. And I couldn't remember what the malt smelled like. Oh, no. I dumped this. I probably should have let it sit on it for like 2 weeks. It was like just raspberry pulp, just pour. It smelled so good. You can probably still smell it, even though I've washed the hell out of it.
Yeah, you can.
You can still smell the raspberry. It is like permeated.
Well,
it's just,
good.
oh yeah, it's very, very nice. Now, if you haven't seen the previous video where I did the Ancestors, the British Bitter, when you pour this, you pour it. Don't wide open, just pour it nice and easy. The first little batch will be a little foamy. You might get a little bit of trub, but it tells you to pour a tiny bit, dump it, and I do like that much tops. I lose like half an ounce. Dump it. Then when you go to pour it again, when you let go, don't pull your glass away. Give it a second. It's gonna drop a little more. And will it drip? I've heard people complain about dripping. It's like 1 or 2 drips. So we have some paper towels around here. If we have to, we can, touch underneath the edge of it. It's like a little baby. Oop.
I kind of expect most like spigots to drip anyway.
Yeah, even my regular taps, they have a drip or two. It's just nature of the beast when you're pouring beer. So I'm gonna go ahead, you know what, I'll pour Drew's first, so you can see that on camera, because we know we have some people out there that have trust issues. And it says to 45 degree, I don't even think you have to do that, but I'm gonna open it up. Just nice and easy. There we go. I intentionally tried to get some foam and I think I got too much. Sorry, dude. And did it do its drop? I didn't see it do its full drop.
A single drop there.
Okay, but you can see it, okay? Yeah, I know, you saw some bubbles sticking. There you go, I fixed it. Okay, I'll take this one. I'll give you a fresh glass. Okay.
That was just my glass. I had water in it. That's fine.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, now I'll pour this one. He did have water in there earlier, so
Yeah.
maybe I won't. Nah, I'm pouring it fast. This has got a lot more carbonation than the British Bitter, or at least it seems to. It shouldn't, but it does seem to. Oh, this is a beautiful pour. Sorry, Drew. That's the way that works. And there it goes. There it goes. If you saw that, it all of a sudden had this additional little pour. So that's why I say don't pull your glass away. And oh yeah, very effervescent. You may or may not be able to see those on the camera, the bubbles going crazy. And it's, what would you say, a light straw color? Kind of
a
a
dark
very
straw color.
bright orange or light orange color.
Yeah.
Very effervescent. All I smell is raspberry.
It's just raspberry, yeah.
Just raspberry. I'd tell you maybe Pilsner in there, but I'd be guessing. Kind of taking a, smells like there might be some Pilsner hiding in there, playing hide and go seek with all the raspberry.
It's raspberry.
I know the carbonation on here is set to 5.
I like the amount of carbonation in it.
Yeah, 5 is max. I have a feeling that whatever the Ancestor, which is the British Bitter, didn't exceed the PRV, because the PRV set to max is either closed all the way or just max to a certain PSI, like 24 or something. This still feels like it's more carbonated. I know you didn't get to try the British Bitter, but sorry, and now I'm starting to have little belches because of all the carbonation, all the bubbles. But
just a very clean, nice raspberry sour.
and am I correct?
Very mild sour.
A very mild sour. It's a very drinkable sour. So if you're not into sours, but you've had a few that you're like, oh, that was actually pretty good, this would be a great sour, especially to serve or to enjoy. If you want the pucker, you're not getting, this is not a pucker sour.
Yeah, it's a raspberry beer with a hint of acid. That's it.
Yeah. And now I did let my wife smell. I'm like, oh my gosh, the first time I poured it, I'm like, you have to smell this. It's like so much raspberry. She goes, It smells a little sour. She's got a nose like a bloodhound. She just does. And she can smell just about anything from like a mile away. So she noticed it. I didn't really notice it. I have to take a sip before I notice the sour.
You didn't normally smell it. Or, well, okay, maybe I'm like Mom and I can normally smell
Yeah,
it.
I could say, but I've kind of poisoned the tree because I've already taken a sip. So it does a hint, but and if I had to go for a non-sour person who doesn't drink a lot of sours on a 1 to 10 scale, I would put this up around maybe a 6. He's probably gonna drop it at like a 3 or a 4 because he drinks a lot of sours.
I would say a 3.
Yeah, I can't remember the last sour we had on here that was like pucker. We had one that was
not very sour
super.
or acidic or anything like that. It's just nice and pleasant.
Yeah, 4.5. This is like your lawn mowing beer. I mean, I know it's November,
Yeah.
but we're in Florida, so it's still summertime.
Still lawn mowing season all year round.
It's like 88 degrees today. It just, yeah. I asked my wife, I thought you said a cold front's coming. She goes, I thought it was supposed to be. It's coming next week. I'm like, what's temp? She's like 50. Yeah, that's like freezing in Florida. I mean, Florida's like, oh my God, 50. Whip out like all the winter gear, which our winter gear is probably a joke for you all up at north.
Open the windows, turn off the AC.
Yes.
Yeah.
And do 3 layers of blankets or 4.
Yeah.
But I think it's a Pilsner. If I had to guess, I'm thinking Pilsner base malt. It could be two-row, but I'm pretty sure it's a Pilsner.
I can get Pilsner out of it, yeah.
It's not a full body. It's a little, not thin, but it's like me when I like to mash at 48. It would be a 148 mash, so a little on the drier side, but the flavor is not dried out. The flavor is all there. There's a ton of raspberry. And when I dumped this thing, all I saw was red raspberry. It looked like pure pulp, just pouring out. I didn't see trub. I saw pulp, just liquid goo. It all smelled like an intense raspberry.
I'd say it's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't even finish the video, and he's just downing it. He's like, "Oh, dude, I want another one of these."
It's just a simple, clean.
Yeah. If
sour.
this didn't get shaken up, I'd let him take it home because he would definitely enjoy it more than I do because he loves blackberry, raspberry. I like raspberry, but he's more on the sour side. I definitely enjoy it. I've been holding back not drinking it because I didn't want to dump this one down my throat before he got here to try it. So, but yeah, it's a solid beer. Somebody recently shared, and I'll put this in a different video too, but his father is getting older and he's the only living family that he has, and he mentioned ordering one of these just so he can spend more time with his dad. I mean, that's it. And I was like, that's a great idea. He said he's going to get like a seltzer and a sour because those are the big beers that he really likes, and they both figured they'll both drink it. So cool way to spend time. And I think it's still, I'll put a deal down below, I think it's still like $49. It gets me brownie points, that's about it. So hopefully Pinter may send me some other kits down the road to do some reviews on. I will do some reviews, and I will do a review on this. I would rather do one more kit, but I'll do a review on this in the near future. I will tell you the pros are huge, the cons are nothing special. But yeah, I've enjoyed it. It's really fun, it's inexpensive, but like I said, I'll cover a lot of details. I've been asking Pinter, and they've been answering a lot of questions that I've had viewers submit to me and tell me, hey, what about this? Hey, what about this? Hey, if I do this, how do I do this? Hey, I don't know how to do this. I'm like, I don't know. I've been playing with it too, trying to figure it all out. So we're gonna do that. I'm also gonna try to ferment something else in here that's not even a Pinter kit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'll get like maybe a Brew Demon beer and extract, throw it in and just see what happens. Who knows? Cheers, I appreciate you. Don't forget, like, subscribe. Like I said, if you don't have one but want one, I'll throw a code down below. I believe it's still Bitter Reality 100. The Bitter Reality 50 is what it normally is, but that gets you $100 off, plus you get 2 kits. You do have to subscribe to the kits, but you can cancel at any time. So, I mean, for $50, even if you're just doing almost 2 gallons worth of beer twice.
You get that in 2 kits?
Yeah, that's cheaper than buying some good beer at the local beer store.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Cheers. It's a solid.
I didn't have a lot to say to it. It was just kind of simple. It's nice.
It's a solid little raspberry beer.